Imagine this, a place in space where nothing, absolutely nothing can escape, not even light. A place where gravity is so strong that it pulls in everything around it. Sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, right? But what if I told you this is all real? Welcome to the atomic domain. Today, we are going to dive in the mysterious world of black holes, the most fascinating and terrifying objects in the universe. And today, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the most mind-bending questions of all: what happens if you fall into a black hole? Buckle up, because things are about to get weird. To truly understand what happens if you fall into a black hole, we first need to talk about what a black hole actually is. It's not something you can see directly, but we know they're out there because of how they affect the space around them. A black hole is a region of space where gravity is so intense that it pulls in everything: light, gas, dust, and even entire stars. It's an invisible trap with no escape. And the deeper you go into it, the stronger the pull becomes. But how does something like this even come to exist in the first place? How do we get these giant, invisible cosmic vacuum cleaners that swallow up everything in their path? The answer lies in the death of massive stars. When stars far larger than our sun burn out, they go through a process called a supernova, a massive explosion that happens when the star runs out of fuel. But here's the kicker: after the explosion, the remaining core of the star collapses under its own weight, creating an incredibly dense point in space. This point is known as a singularity, and the gravity around it becomes so intense that nothing, not even light, can escape. And that's how a black hole is born. Now, here's the real question we all want to know. What happens if you fall into one of these black holes? What would it be like? Well, the answer is a wild ride. Let's break it down step by step. At first, you might not feel anything. Imagine you're floating through space, and you start noticing this pull getting stronger and stronger. But it's gradual. You wouldn't immediately get yanked in. You could still move around a bit, but the gravitational pull would increase as you got closer and closer to the black hole. It's not like a sudden shock, it's more like a gentle tug, pulling you in slowly. And as you get closer, things start to change. The force of gravity near a black hole isn't equal everywhere. It's stronger at your feet than at your head. This is called tidal force, and it's what causes the real drama. As the gravity pulls harder on your feet than your head, your body starts to stretch. And I mean stretch. The closer you get, the more your body gets elongated, like a piece of spaghetti being pulled towards a boiling pot. This process is known as spaghettification, and it's a real thing. It's not some crazy sci-fi idea, it's what happens when you get too close to a black hole. As the tidal forces increase, your body would stretch thinner and thinner, pulled apart by the sheer power of gravity. Eventually, you'd be torn into pieces. Yeah, it's as brutal as it sounds. But what's truly bizarre is how time behaves around a black hole. As you get closer to the event horizon, the boundary that marks the point of no return, time starts to warp in crazy ways. Time itself becomes distorted. To someone far away from the black hole, you would appear to slow down as you approach the event horizon. It would look like you were freezing in time, as if time itself had slowed to a crawl. But here's the kicker: you wouldn't feel it. From your perspective, everything would seem totally normal. You wouldn't notice time slowing down for you. But to someone observing you, it would look like you're stuck in slow motion. It's almost as if you're trapped in time, unable to move forward. But once you cross the event horizon, that's it. You've crossed the point of no return. At this stage, you are trapped. No matter what you do, there's no way to escape. You can't turn around and head back. No spacecraft could rescue you. No signal could get out to warn anyone. You're completely cut off from the rest of the universe. But let's take it a step further and talk about what's really at the center of all this chaos: the singularity. The singularity is the point at the very center of a black hole, where all of its mass is concentrated into an infinitely small and dense point. Imagine this: all the matter of the black hole squeezed into a space that's infinitely small. The gravity at the singularity is so intense that it crushes everything: space, time, matter down into this tiny point. And here's where things get truly weird. The laws of physics that govern our universe completely break down at the singularity. Everything we understand about the way the universe works no longer applies. Time, space, and even gravity stop behaving the way we expect them to. What happens at the singularity is a mystery. Some scientists believe it's a place where everything breaks apart, but we don't know for sure because our understanding of physics just can't handle what happens inside a black hole. But let's imagine, just for a second, that you somehow survive the journey into the black hole. Maybe you're somehow able to bypass the deadly tidal forces, the spaghettification, and make it past the event horizon without being torn apart. What happens next? Could there be a way to survive? The truth is no. There's no way out once you've crossed that point. The gravitational forces are simply too strong, and there's no escape. But just think about the mind-boggling idea that, if you could somehow survive the fall, you'd be traveling to a place where time, space, and the very fabric of reality are completely bent and warped. It's a place that is beyond human comprehension, a place where the normal rules of the universe don't apply. The idea is both terrifying and fascinating at the same time. But let's zoom out for a moment and look at the bigger picture. While black holes are incredibly dangerous, they're not something we have to worry about anytime soon. The closest known black hole to Earth is about 1,000 light-years away. That's over 5.8 quadrillion miles. So while black holes are out there doing their thing, we're safe here on Earth. At least for now. They're not lurking around our solar system, ready to suck us in. But it's still amazing to think about how much we don't know about these objects. They challenge everything we understand about physics, time, and the nature of the universe. They're like the ultimate cosmic puzzle, and we've only just started to understand them. But here's the real kicker. Black holes might not be the end of the line. Some scientists believe they could be connected to other parts of the universe. There are theories about what's known as a wormhole, a kind of shortcut through space and time that could connect distant parts of the universe. Some even wonder if black holes could act as gateways to other universes altogether. Of course, this is all just theory right now, but it adds another layer of mystery to these incredible objects. What if black holes aren't just cosmic vacuum cleaners, but doorways to unknown realms? So now it's your turn. What do you think about black holes? Would you want to experience one up close? Or do you think it's better to just leave them as an unsolved mystery? Could there be a way to survive? What's your theory on what happens inside a black hole? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video mind-blowing, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new videos that explore the wonders of the universe. There's so much more to discover, and we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep your eyes on the stars. You never know what amazing discoveries are out there waiting for us to uncover.